Good morning students. As you know everyone, my name is Shravan Kumar. I am going to teach you subject Maths class 10 first chapter real numbers. In real numbers we completed exercise 1.3 whatever the homework I given. I hope you all learned that. Now I am going to start exercise 1.4. Before going to start exercise 1.4, I would like to write one theorem. Theorem 1.6. See here. Focus on it now. Theorem 1.6. This is you need to remember it. Theorem 1.6. So what is the theorem 1.6? Let P be a prime number. If P divides A square, it was mentioned clearly in the bracket where A is a positive integer. A is a positive integer, then P divides A. Means this theorem 1.6 is very important. Let P, this whatever the P is should be a prime number, and if P divides A square, then P divides A also is same. See, this is the keep in your mind, everyone. Then I would like to tell you one note, important note that, let me write, I am writing on the board note. What is the note here is, the sum of two irrational numbers need not be irrational. See, let's take one example. See, what is that? The sum of two irrational numbers need not be irrational. See, let me take example. I am going to explain what is the meaning of. Let's take one example. What is the example? Let A I am taking as a root 2 and B I am taking as a minus root 2. Both are irrational. If you add that, what you are getting it? Sum of two irrational numbers need not be irrational. Equals to root 2, B is equals to minus root 2. These two are irrational numbers. So let's add that, means what are we doing? A plus B, means what is the A value? Root 2 plus of minus root 2. So root 2 plus into minus root 2. Root 2 minus root 2 is a 0. 0 is a rational number. 0 is not a irrational number. So you can tell that the sum of two irrational numbers need not be a irrational number. Similarly, I will go for next one more note. This is in the note 1. I am going note 2. What is the note 2? The product of two irrational numbers need not be irrational. See, product of two irrational numbers also need not be irrational. See, let me take one example. See, A I am taking as a root 2 and B I am taking as a 3 root. Root 2 is also a rational number, 3 root 2 also irrational number. Let's product means multiplication. A into B means root 2 into 3 root 2. See, this is nothing but 1. 1 into 3, 3. Root 2 into root 2, root 2 whole square. Square root get cancelled. Therefore, 3 into 2, you will get 6. 6 is a rational number. It is not a irrational number. That's why the product of two irrational numbers need not be a irrational number. So, try to focus on it clearly once. Yeah, this is you need to observe clearly, totally. These are the very important. These two notes are they will give for objective type question or otherwise 1 mark question. That's why I am explaining you. The theorem is very important for the problem. That's why I written on the board. So try to focus on it. So now I am going to explain you. I am going to start exercise 1.4. In exercise 1.4, what is the first bit? Prove that the following are irrational. See that the first one will be very easy. So, if you do not get the first one, you ask me in the Zoom class, I would like to explain you. So, I would like to explain you second one. What is the second one? Root 3 plus root 5. This root 3 plus root 5 is irrational number. We need to prove. So, let's assume that solution. What we need to assume that such that root 3 plus root 5 is equals to a by b. My assumption means it is I am assuming as a rational number. Then what is the a comma b? A comma b are co-primes. Here let me write a comma b are co-primes. See, observe it. So the next time what I am doing is this is the assumption. Just you are assuming. So yeah, what I am doing is I am squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides means what you will write? Root 3 plus root 5 whole square is equals to a by b whole square. So we know that a plus b whole square formula, a plus b whole square, what you will write? A square plus 2ab plus b square. So according to that I am applying. So root 3 whole square plus 2ab bracket clear you will understand, plus root 5 whole square is equals to a square by b square. Then observe it, square root get cancelled. Here is the 3 plus 2 under root 3 into 5 plus 5 is equals to a square by b square. Then observe it, this is and this one you need to add 3 plus 5 8 plus 2 root 3 5 are 15 is equals to a square by b square. Then this 8 is right, this 8 you need to transport. So 2 root 15 is equals to a square by b square. This is your transporting. So minus 8. 8 you can write it as 8 by 1. See, then I am going to do here. This is. Let's do the cross multiplication. A square into 1. A square. So what you write here is that 2 root 15 is equals to a square into 1. A square minus, once you focus on it here is 8 into b square. 8b square. So what you will write? 8 b square by b square into 1, b square into 1, b square. Then root 15 is equals to a square minus 8b square by this 2 you are transporting, means it will divide 8b square. Once you concentrate on that calculation, what you are understood that see, you need to understand clearly root 15 is a irrational number and a square minus 8b square by 8b square is a, what you will tell, that is a rational number. It is there in the form of p by q or not? Since here what you are going to write, since a comma b are integers, a comma b are integers, comma, what you are writing, a square minus 8b square by 8b square is rational. Is it rational or not? Rational number or not? It is a rational number. And so it is rational number means, and so this is also should be a rational number or not? So root 15 is rational. But we know that, this contradicts whatever this is the one step. This contradicts the fact that root 15 is irrational. We know that it is irrational, but according to our assumption, then hence what you will tell, hence what you will write, hence root 3 plus root 5 is irrational. See, we know that one, it is a irrational number. It is a rational number, right? So that's why I written a comma b are integers. These are all integers, and this total integer in the p by q form. That's why you written rational number. If it is rational number, then also should be a rational number. But we know that root 15 is a rational number. Then that's why I written that contradicts the fact root 15 is a rational number. Therefore, you can write root 3 plus root 5 is irrational number. Once you focus on it clearly, in that exercise only third one. What is the third one? 6 plus root 2. 6 plus root 2 also we need to prove an irrational number. So proof, we are doing proof or not? What I told you, 6 plus root 2 is equals to, I am taking a by b. These are assumption only. We are assuming. Then what is the a comma b? A comma b are co-primes. So we said clearly co-primes are otherwise a comma b are integers and a comma b are integers. It should be integers. Then here, what I am doing here, we need to write, and b is not equals to 0. I told you that b not equals to 0. See here, a comma b are integers, b not equals to 0. Then what we have to do here is, I am squaring on both sides, you can do, or otherwise simple thing that better squaring on both sides I will like to do. Then squaring on both sides. Otherwise, So squaring on both sides. So what do you write? 6 plus root 2 whole square is equals to a by b whole square. So it is also a plus b whole square. A square plus 2ab. Then plus b square is equals to a square by b square. Then this is 6 6 are not 6 to the 12. 6 6 are 36 plus 2 6 are 12 into root 2. 12 root 2 plus square root get cancelled is equals to a square by b square. And you can add these two. 36 plus 2 38 plus 12 root 2 is equals to a square by b square. This 38 you are going to transport it. So what do you write? 12 root 2 is equals to a square by b square. So transport it minus 38 by 1. Then 12 root 2 is equals to a square into 1, a square minus 38 into b square, 38 b square by b square into 1 b square. Simple thing that I told you clearly. This 12 we need to transport again. This 12 you need to transport it. So therefore what you will write here is root 2 is equals to a square minus 38 b square by 12 b square. Right? See, we know that what root 2 is a rational number, but this is the rational number. It is there in the p by q form or not? Means it is a rational number, then so that it is also should be a rational number. Means our assumption is wrong. Therefore you can tell that root 2 is a rational number. So that's why I am going to write here is since a comma b are integers. I told you in the beginning only, these are the integers. A square minus 38 b square by 12 b square. 12 b square is rational. We know that. It is a rational. So root 2 is also rational. Yes or not? So root 2 is rational. Root 2 also a rational. If it is rational, then also it is also rational. But our contradicts. What is these contradicts? These contradicts fact that root 2 is irrational. We know that it is irrational, right or not? It is irrational. Hence, that is irrational. Then we can tell that and 6 plus root 2 is irrational. So once concentrate on total I will explain you fifth problem. Now I would like to explain you fifth problem. What is the fifth problem? 3 plus 2 root 2 means we need to prove it is an irrational number. See, similarly, what I am doing is 3 plus 2 root 15 is equals to a by b. It is assumption. We are writing a comma b are integers and b not equals to 0. B not equals to 0. Then here also squaring on both sides, or otherwise this should transfer. Again it will make you to confusion. That's why better to go for squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides. So what do you write? 3 plus 2 root 5 whole square is equals to a by b whole square. Same a plus b whole square formula. So a square plus 2ab plus b square 2 root 5 whole square is equals to a square by b square. And what is the answer of this 3 square? 3 3s are 9 plus 2 3s are 6, 6 2s are 12, 12 root 5 plus, this is a very important. This is the applicable, square is applicable for both, and root 5 whole square is equals to a square by b square. See, let me write as this 9 plus 12 root 5 plus 2 2s are 4. Square root get cancelled. 5 into 5 a square by b square. Let me write 9 plus 12 root 5 plus 4 5s are 20 is equals to a square by b square. These two are, you can add it, rational number. Rational number you can call it, natural number you can call it, whole number also you can call it, past integers. 9 plus 29, 9 plus 20, so 29 plus 12 root 5 is equals to a square by b square. This 29 you are going to transpose it. So what you will write? 12 root 5 is equals to a square by b square minus 29. This 29 you can write it as a 29 by 1. Therefore, what can you do here is 12 root 5 is equals to a square minus 29 b square by b square. Then this 12 you transpose. So root 5 is equals to a square minus 29 b square by 12 b square. Same. What you will write? Everything since a comma b are already written in the beginning, integers. These are all integers. We know that a square minus 29 b square by 12 b square is rational number. It's a rational number or not? It is there in the form of p by q. That's why I am writing it is a rational number. So what you will write? Then root 5 is also rational number. Then it is rational means it is also should be a rational number or not? Rational number. But our contradicts, what is that? Our contradicts is that, but this contradicts fact that root 5 is an irrational number. So what you will like? What we conclude? Then what you will conclude? Is irrational. Hence you will tell 3 plus 2 root 5 is an irrational number. Is an irrational number. So what you are doing is, once you concentrate on total problem. Once you concentrate on total problem. I'm just recalling the laws of exponents. It's a very important laws of exponents. So just recall. Here is the word important if. A comma B are real numbers. A comma B are real numbers where A not equals to 0, B not equals to 0, and M comma N are integers. Then first, this is already you learned in the 8th standard, in 9th standard, but let's recall it. A to the power of m into a to the power of n. You can read it as a to the power of n plus. Second one, just you are recalling, it's very important. AB whole to the power of m, means you can read it as a to the power of m into b to the power of m. Then let me write third one. What's the third one? A by b whole to the power of m, means you can read it as a to the power of m by b to the power of m. Then the fourth one. What is the fourth one? A to the power of m whole to the power of m, means a to the power of m. So fifth one, it's a very important, a to the power of 0, 1. And sixth one, a to the power of minus m. You can read it as a 1 by a to the power of m. So these are very important to you, just recalling. Then depending on this, we are going to do this. What is that? Do this. Page number 8. What is the first one? Evaluate. First one is given 2 to the power of 1. First one. And I would like to tell you second one. What is the second one? 4.73 whole to the power of 0. Then third one, 0 to the power of 3. You all know these answers. It's a very simple answers. What is the value of 2 to the power of 1? 2 only, right? Then what is the answer of this one? 4.73 whole to the power of 0. See, observe this one. This a to the power of 0 is equals to 1 is means anything to the power of 0, anything to the power of 0. So 4.73 whole to the power of 0 value is 1. This is very simple, you can tell that. 0 to the power of 3. What you get? 0 to the power of 3? 0 only. 0 into 0 into 0. We will write answer is 0. You all know that one, right? Then 7th one I would like to tell you. Remaining you take it as a homework. 7th one. What is the 7th one? 1 by 4 whole square. 1 by 4 whole square. Is that in a mixed fraction? Then how you will write the mixed fraction to improper fraction? 1 by 4 whole square, right? So we know that 4 1s are 4, 4 plus 1 5 by 4 whole square. Means 2 times unit, right? 5 square by 4 square. Which formula you are applying here is that a by b whole to the power of m. Means a to the power of m by b to the power of m. This formula you are applying here. So what is the value of 5 square? 5 5s are 25 square. We are also going to apply. 4 square 16. So this is the 16. Once you concentrate on it clearly. So my homework is, what are the homework? I hope everyone will do the homework is exercise 1.4, first problem, fourth problem. These two are the homework, and second also try it. Second problem also try it. If you won't get, you try to ask me in the Zoom class. So thank you very much, my dear students. Thank you very much.
Good morning, children. Very good morning, everybody. Today we are going to start the second paper. Listen, you are having 2 papers. 10th class, you will have 2 papers. First paper and second paper. And in the first paper, from first to 2, you will have 11 lessons. First paper, you will have first to 11 lessons. That is the first paper. And from the 12 to 21 lessons, you will have second paper. Okay. And now already you have completed 3 lessons in that. Next, in the second paper, we are going to start the first lesson in the second paper, paper 2, and that is about history. About history we are going to discuss. That is about the world during the world wars. The world during the world wars today, and we should know that about the world wars. The world during the world wars. We are going to discuss about the world wars. World wars. World war means what? World war means, you see, I tell you, in the world today, in the world, 200 countries are there. More are there, but I am telling you, some approximately 200 countries are there. And one country fights means that is a war they will tell. Now suppose India and Pakistan only fights means it's a war we will tell. India, Sri Lanka fights means it's a war we will tell. But this side 5 countries and this side 5 countries are fighting means that is called as world war. So like that, world war will tell means 5-6 countries this side and 5-6 countries this side they fought means that is called as world war. So now we are going to discuss about the world war. And introduction, you see here, introduction, how the wars were happening. Introduction, you see, in the 20th century. You know that 20th century. You see, now we are in 21st century. At present we are in 21st century, and we are going to discuss about the 20th century. History means past level. What is history? The studying of the past one, the greatness of the past, what has happened past, the greatness of the past one, that is called as history. Now we are going to discuss about history in 20th century, what has happened. So in 20th century, in the half of the 20th century only, 2 world wars were happened. 2 world wars were happened in the half of the 20th century. 2 world wars were happened, and that I am going to tell you. And that one, you see, we are going to discuss after these 2 world wars. After these 2 world wars, what happened? You see, the UNO came after Second World War, and they maintained the peace. And UNO came, United Nations of Organization, as established. After completing the Second World War, we'll tell in the brief, the introduction only. After completing 2 world wars, the UNO was established in 1945. And what happened? They made peace, and from that day onwards, there was no wars in the world. World wars were not there. So like that is about that one introduction. And now I am going to tell you about the 20th century. One person, you see, a greatest person has called Eric Hobsbawm. Eric Hobsbawm has told the 20th century is a age of the age of extremes. Extremes, they are great people. So for you compulsory filling the blank will come. The age of extremes was told by whom? The age of extremes means in the 20th century, extreme, lot of scholars, talented people are there is telling. So who told that one? Eric Hobsbawm. You see, the Eric Hobsbawm has told this 20th century is the age of extremes. This age of extreme people, lot of talent people he has told. And you see, he has told that today fascism is growing. Why the world war has happened? The world war was happened between two ideologies. Ideologies means some parties. Because of two parties. Now I will tell you ideology. Now we are having in Telangana, we are having TRS party is ideology. Congress party is ideology. Every time they will do rebel fighting. So here, because of fascism one party. Fascism party means only single person will rule like a king. And some people are telling that fascism is a good. Only single person should rule the country. That is single person means now a kingdom is there. Now a country is there. That country should be ruled by only one person. And with this person everybody should listen. And that type of ruling is called as fascism. We'll call as monarchy. Already you know that king's ruling has gone. After king's ruling also some people has told that fascism should be there. So fascism and some people democracy and some people's ruling as democracy means people's ruling should be there. Some countries are interested with the democracy. People should elect one person by voting and that person should rule. Here, some people are telling fascism. So, like this, because of fascism and democracy ideologies, the wars were started. The two world wars were started. I am going to tell you now. Now, you see here in the 20th century, life expectancy was growing. Life expectancy was growing means in those days, the life expectancy was very less. What is a life expectancy? What is called as life expectancy? The length of the person, you see, the length of the person means from birth to death. The length of the person's life, from the birth to death, how many years he has lived, that is calculated as a life expectancy. So in those days, with a less age they used to die, but medical facilities were developed. Everything was developed, so like that the life expectancy was started growing, and that is about one. And next one, another one, see, literacy rate became high. Literacy means what? Literacy, the people who knows reading and writing. The people who knows reading and writing is called as literacy. The people who knows the reading and writing is called as literacy. So in 20th century, literacy increased, life expectancy increased, and science and technology was developed. Science and technology everywhere, lot of scientists growing and lot of technology, science and technology was developed in the 20th century, and a lot of countries became independent. In those days, some countries were ruled by the kings and some countries were occupied by some other countries. You know that, our India was occupied by the Britain, England people, they occupied, and everybody, because of some freedom fighters, we got independent. So like that, some countries became independent in 20th century. Some countries became independent. You see, ours also, we got independence in 1947. In 1947, we got independence. We became free from the Britishers. So independent. So like that, here in the 20th century, lot of the countries became independent. That is about that one. And development was happened. Lot of development. What I am telling here, development was happening in the 20th century. And here what happened? The world was divided into two. This is the main reason to cause the war. The world was divided into two means, you see, some developing countries became one side, means they developed industrialized. Some countries developed means how they developed? They started constructing industries and they started manufacturing the goods in the industries. So like that, industrialization countries, some industrialized countries, West countries, and some other countries you see, America, Russia, USA, Britain, France, England, Germany, like this, everybody became developed. So these countries became one side and undeveloped countries became one side. So now what happened, you see, some countries, developing countries like industrialized countries like USA, France, Italy, Russia, Germany and Austria, these countries were industrialized and some countries were not developed, that is Asia and Africa. So what happened? These people started colonizing. Colonizing means markets. Why? Because you see, industries were established, but they are not having raw materials. England, France, Russia, Germany, they constructed industries, cotton textile industries, sugar industries, and some other industries they have established, but they are not having raw materials. So what happened? In search of raw materials, they started searching the countries. And for the purpose of raw materials, they occupied the countries. They established their markets in their countries. That is only called as colonized. Colonized, what is colonized means? They occupied the country. They occupied the country and they started exporting the raw materials to their country. That is about that one. So like that, some problems were happened. Here it was started. Developed countries and undeveloped countries. And because of occupying also, some countries are occupying the other countries. Because of that also the world wars were happening. Now I am going to tell you about the world wars. You see, I am going to tell you about the world wars, how the world wars were happening. You should know that in the history, the first world war was happened in 1914 to 1918. Listen, this is history. If you go to the group exams or any exams you are writing, compulsory they will ask you, when was the first world war took place? When was the first world war took place? The first world war took place in 1914 to 1918. 1914 to 1918. And they'll ask you, so 1914 to 1918, the first world war took place. And they'll ask you, the second world war also. When was the second world war took place? So you see, the second world war took place in 1939 to 1945. You should keep in your mind. This one compulsory. In your brain you should feed it. So 1939 to 1945, the second world war was happening. So you see, 1939 to 1945, the second world war was happening. The second world war was happened, and 1914 to 1918, first world war was happened. And I told you, world war means what? These side some 5-6 countries and this side some 5-6 countries will fight, means that is called as world war. If two countries are fighting, that is not called as a world war. So like that it was happened. And you see, I am going to tell you which countries. You see, the first world war, which countries they fought? England, France, Russia. Listen, England, France, Russia, they are the main. That is called as you see, triple alliance. They made one triple alliance countries. Triple means 3. Triple means 3. First only they all became friends. Triple alliance, and with the triple alliance means you should know that triple alliance means what? England, France, Russia. We can call England Britain also. We can call Britain, France, Russia. So you see, one side we are going to discuss the main countries. So Britain, France, Russia one side, and this side Germany, Italy, Hungary. So you see, Germany, Italy, Hungary, and these are the 3. We can call it also Germany, Italy, Austria. 3, and these are triple entity. They form. You see, these are called as triple alliance countries. They'll ask you, what are the triple alliance countries? Triple alliance countries means Britain, France, Russia. Britain, France, Russia one side, and triple entity and they'll ask you triple entity countries. Triple entity countries means Germany, Italy, Austria. Germany, Italy, Austria are the triple entity countries, and these both fought. And they started war. Slowly what happened? Lot of the countries joined this side and that side, this side and that side, like that world war was happening. You should know that 2 world wars was happening. And now I am going to tell you what is the main cause of world war. Listen now, you should know that. Okay, something wrong is there, means a war will happen. You know that. You know that. Ramayana, you saw that one. The war was happened with Rama and Ravana. Why? You see, because of one problem. He has developed the Sita. Because of that world war, because of that war was happened between Lanka and Rama. Mahabharata was also happened. Big war was happened because of one problem. So he insulted Draupadi. So like that the war was happened. So here also some problem was happened. You should know that without any cause, without anything, nobody will fight. So some reason I will tell you. A main reason to cause the world war. You should know that. Okay, you know the date 1914 to 1918, the first world war. 1914 to 1918 is the first world war. But you should know the reason also. What was the main reason to cause the world war? What was the main reason to cause the world war? I tell you now. You see, Ferdinand. You see what happened. You see, you have in the next. But I'll tell you the main reason to cause the world war. Ferdinand is from Austria. Ferdinand is a king. Ferdinand is a king from Austria, and his wife Sophia. His wife Sophia. What happened? You see, they got a victory in the war. They got a victory in the war, and they have taken the throne of the Serbia. You see, Austria and the Serbia, both countries fought. Austria and the Serbia, both countries fought. In this what happened? The Austria defeated the Serbia. Means Austria became victory. So what happened? The Ferdinand went with his wife to take a throne. Defeated means, according to the king's rule, what happens? We should take a throne, we should take a seat. So he went there to take a throne. But Serbia people did not accept this king. Serbia people did not accept it. So what happened? They assassinated Ferdinand and Sophia. They assassinated Ferdinand and Sophia. Means they have killed this king and queen. And this news was went to the Austria that our king and queen was assassinated. Means our king and queen was killed. Our king and queen was killed. So what happened? They asked the explanation. Immediately what they did? They have sent the letter. The Austrian people have sent the letter. Tell me what is the reason, and explain us what is the reason you have killed or you have assassinated our king and queen. We want within 48 hours information. Mandatory. Within 48 hours you should send the explanation why you have killed our king and queen. 48 hours completed. They did not give the reply. And you see, that is June 28, 1914. June 28, 1914. They have sent the letter. Within 48 hours you should send the reply. But what happened? They did not give the reply. Immediately again the Austrian people have sent another letter. July 28, 1914, we are going to keep a war with you. Be ready. Okay, July 28, we are going to keep a war with you. Be ready. So like that the world war was happening. Once again you see, simple I tell you. Why the first world war was happening? Why the first world war was happening? One word I tell you. The assassination of Ferdinand and Sophia by Serbia. The assassination of Ferdinand and Sofia by Serbia people. You see, the Austrian people asked the explanation. The Austrian people asked the explanation to Serbia, why you have killed our king and queen. Give us reply. Give us reply within 48 hours. So they did not give the reply. They did not give the reply within the 48 hours. So what happened? These people has declared the war. So these people has declared the war on the Serbia. So these two countries became, so lot of the countries joined and it became a world war. And you see, in June 28, he has sent the letter. They have sent the letter. 48 hours they told. But what happened?